So we're going to do a little awareness practice, drawing our attention to focus our awareness. And so to start, let's just bring our awareness to the easiest part, and that's the physical reality around us, the material world. So bring your attention to something in this room. Something in your visual field, maybe it's even the ground holding you and supporting you. And just see yourself being aware of the physicality, the material aspects of what is around you. And that's easy, that's what we interact with every day. But let's take it a step further. Bring your attention to a sound that you hear in the material world. Physicality around you, whether that's the sound of my voice, whether that's the sound of the air conditioning humming, whether that's the whispers, whether it's some noise in the house or a bird you might hear outside of the house. But bring that attention and that awareness to a sound that you are hearing outside of yourself. And then bring your awareness to a sound that you're hearing on the inside. That could be a thought, could be the little voice that we hear all the time. But bring that attention and that awareness to a sound that is not in the material world, but in the non-material space. And then just ask yourself, the sound that I hear outside and the sound that I hear inside, am I experiencing that sound in the same awareness? Or does that boundary blur? Speaking of the internal world, the non-material world, let's bring our awareness to our thoughts, our feelings, our sensations, our perceptions, any one of those things. Just bring your awareness to something in the non-material world. And you can notice that you are aware of it, that you not are the thing, you are actually separated from the thing, but you can have an experience of it. Thoughts, ideas, sensations, perceptions, that those are things you can have an experience with, that you could be aware of. And then let's take one step further and bring our awareness to awareness itself. So not focusing on any of the content of experience, not the things in the material realm and or the non-material realm, but bringing our attention to the very fact that we are aware. And just recognize that you can be aware and that you could be aware of being aware. And from that place, just observe, and we can ask some questions and not to answer them with your mind, but to answer them from a true, direct experience of the now. We can ask things like, where is that awareness? Most people think that that awareness is nestled right behind their eyes, somewhere in their head. But is that true? Is that awareness localized? Or does your experience show that that awareness, even of sense perception, is it limited to the mind? Is it limited to the body? Or even your ability to sense just outside your body? Then where does that boundary fall? Where does that boundary blur? And then if it's not just in your mind, and if it's not just localized to your body, then where is that awareness? Is it in all things? See, oftentimes when we're navigating the world, we see all the things, but we don't identify the space in between the things. So if we just even bring our attention to the space in between things, we can notice that the space in this room is not confined by the walls of the home or in this room, But the same space that is in here is the same space that is outside. And the same space that is outside is then the same space that is somewhere else. And if it's the same space that's somewhere else, then it's the same space in the world. And if we want to go further, it's that same space. If you can feel it even as you're observing and being aware of it, it's the same space that is in outer space. And if it's the same space that is in outer space, it has to be the same space that is containing and holding all of the known universe and maybe even beyond. And so then, is the awareness just localized, or is the awareness everywhere and in everything? Then we can ask, when is awareness? The awareness that we speak of right now, is that awareness something that started the moment we were born? Was it started at the moment of conception? Did that awareness form when we were just a thought within our parents' eyes? Or will it end the moment we leave this human form? Does that feel true in a direct experience? Or is there something true about knowing that that awareness existed before it took on material form? Before it took on the body, before it took on the element and the identity, before all of that, is it true that the awareness existed before that? And then could it be true that that awareness exists after? That is not confined to time, that it doesn't have a past, nor does it live there, nor does it have a future, but that it is now in the ever-present, eternal now, and now not as a moment in time sandwiched between past and future, but now as in that's all there actually ever is. And if that's true, then you could recognize that the awareness that was aware of the meal you were eating yesterday is the same awareness that is here in this room hearing my voice, which is the same awareness that was there when you were only 5 years old having that experience. And every memory that you have and all of the content of your experience, the unchanging element that was there the whole time, is that same awareness. So when was that awareness? And then finally, maybe what is that awareness? Is it finite? Does it have a boundary? Does it know limits? Or does your direct experience, even now, as you fall back, not by answering in your mind, but in the direct experience of your awareness itself, being aware of that awareness, is it finite or is it infinite? And if it's infinite, then is it just yours? Is there many awarenesses, or is there just one infinite awareness that then doesn't just belong to you and it doesn't just belong to me, but it is a shared awareness that is in all things, in all beings? When we look into our children's eyes, when we see the eyes of our loved one, we're not actually seeing anything different in them. We're just seeing that shared beingness, that shared awareness, just looking out into the world through two different eyes. And yet that's the same awareness that is in the plants and the animals, and yet that is also the same awareness that is holding the very fabric of every material thing together. And so often we qualify that awareness with some sort of qualification. And we say, if I were to ask, who are you? You say, well, I am my name, and this is my role, and this is what I do, and this is who I'm married to, and this is my partner, and I've got kids, and I have these likes, and I have these dislikes, and all these narratives and stories and ideas and all these things that we believe are us. We just attach to that awareness and we try to qualify it. But the question is, in your direct experience right now, is who were you before you had your first thought? Before your parents gave you your name? Before the story started to attach itself? Oh, you're the cute one, you're the funny one, you're the one that needs to work harder, you're the sporty one. Before the narratives and the stories, before these little identities were formed, before I am was ever qualified, who are you then? And does that being lack? Does that being have trouble? Does that being lack love? Is that being falling short of anything? Or is that awareness inherently peace, and inherently love, and inherently whole? And is that the being that is seeing out through your eyes and feeling out through your sense perceptions and having this experience we call life? And so whether this is today, in this moment, in your experience of what's to come now, or it's the experience of life as you go through interacting with the content of experience, may you always remember that the identities and the stories and the ideas and the thoughts, they are tools, but they are always changing. But the ever-changing, true, essential nature of who you are is the infinite, unbound, untroubled, full I am. And it is from there that you can approach life. It is from there that you can live life. It is from there you can have relationships. It is from there you can go through conflict and find resolution. It is from there that you can show up with advocacy in the world. It is from there that we can have the eyes and have the experience we have that we call life. May you always remember and never forget who you really are.